I made a new plugin, it's called Mid-Range Crush, and it's available for free. Let's check it out. As the name suggests, it's a saturation plugin with a stronger focus on the mid-range, leaving more of the highs and lows alone. I wasn't really trying to emulate a specific device, although the character I was going for was that of old tube channels, preamps, and consoles. And I'm not just trying to recreate that sort of saturation, but also the summing that those devices had, especially in stereo. Old desks, especially tube desks from the 50s, didn't really have perfect summing, but the result was really interesting, colorful, and musical. The input signal goes through a crossover section, which essentially splits the signal in 3 different bands. These crossovers are particularly colorful and do not recombine very cleanly, so that can give way to interesting image shifting in stereo width. It can also be quite cool on mono tracks. The drive knob pushes the input signal into the saturation stage, and the trim is an output control. Crush mode brings us twice as much saturation. Open mode changes the behavior of the crossover section and cleans up a little bit more of the highs and lows. We also have a dry-wet blend. Let's hear how it sounds on the drum kit. Even at 0 drive, we're getting some harmonic saturation, and the mid-range is a lot more impactful and heavy. Listen to the snare and how all of a sudden it takes even more of that center spot in the mix. At higher drive settings, the mid-range gets even more saturated. You might notice we need to boost the output a little bit, because the more we saturate the mid-band, the more we're going to round off the transients. So we need to compensate for that. This could be a great way to bring even more depth and emphasis on room microphones without necessarily overcompressing them too much. Now let's compare normal mode with open mode. Now the crossover points in the internal crossover sections are shifting here, and the stereo image has kind of changed a little bit. Now everything seems a little bit wider, just the way the different bands interact. Let's check out crush mode. It's kind of clipping, it's distorted, it's brutal, but the tambourine part is basically left alone. And there's still a lot of definition in the low end. And I think that's what's really special about this plugin. A good trick is to use a very extreme setting in crush mode and then blend it subtly with the original mix. This is a great way to bring out a bit more presence and roominess and density to a drum mix. Now, the plugin sounds really great on drums and anything with transients really, but it does sound amazing on bass too. The real magic happens when you really know how to use the blend knob. Mid-range crush can be awesome on kick drum as well. Crush mode on a bass drum can be an awesome way to make a kick drum feel more roomy. Mid-range crush, being a mid-focused plugin, it's really sensitive on snares especially, so it can kind of be used as a transient shaper almost. On the toms, it can make them more defined, or even create the illusion that they're actually longer in their decay. Just for fun, let's compare this full mix with and without the mid-range crush. Every track has an instance of the plugin at different settings. Not only are we getting some nice extra harmonics, but also the way the stereo field is affected. It's making the signal sound a lot wider. So here you have it. It's free to download. I'll leave a link in the description. Use it. Let me know what you think. And if you make something with it, send it over. If you're interested in mixing, mastering, and so on, consider subscribing. I post a lot of content such as session breakdowns, mixing techniques, plugin reviews, and more.